The film is based around my experiences doing cave rescue and is loosely based on a true story of a rescue that occurred in an underground river. In order to pull this off, we had to find actors, actresses who were willing to work in such an extreme environment.
Some of the girls did freak out in the smaller areas, but for some reason I felt oddly calm. And some areas you know that there's something on the other side because cavers have been there before. And so I liked the challenge.
A cave is a unique experience in that it's not just a walk through the woods. You go down 150 stairs, several floors down, and everything just closes in on you. It's very dark except for the light that you bring to it, and very still. There's no trains or automobiles, people sounds, nothing. It's just very still and quiet.
That did run through my mind a lot when I was down there, thinking of the actual, the real life story that did happen where people were truly stuck in a cave that was flooding. I only felt a little bit of panic just because I was pushing myself too far. I would never want to be in that situation, ever. And how horrifying for them.
One of the interesting things that stood out a lot that I always remember is when the camera and the actresses moved out of the area that I was in, and we had to be quiet, and there's a bit of light, and you see each other, and then as the light moves away, you're in utter darkness. So you're sitting there with people around you, but you don't hear or see them at all. And then your eyes start playing tricks on you.
We kept going down into the river, and it got lower and lower. And then we get to this tiny little tunnel where the space is about 6 inches of air that you can actually see. And then Greg says, go through. And you can go through to the other side, and it opens up. So it turns into this small passage. And it's a nose-up passage because you're literally up in the air to breathe in order to get through to the other side. And yeah, the tight space was too tight, and I panicked. I was going in, touching my shoulders, and then touching my face and my head. I had to take my helmet off to get through. And when I couldn't see past, I think, I couldn't handle it anymore.
Filming in a river cave is not an easy task. It's physically exhausting being down in there and shooting for hours and hours, and you're cold and you're wet and you get hungry, and you come out of the cave hauling all this gear out, and you're dripping wet, and all you really want to do is just strip off the wetsuit, take a hot shower and sit by the campfire. But every night you come out and we have to then clean all of the gear.
At some point, as I'm tripping in the water, and the water's up to here, and my camera's just above it, and I'm like, ooh, this may not be a good idea. There was that point.
Caves eat technology, the humidity and the dirt and everything. It just destroys electronics.
The mud gets in everything. The sound gear fails because it gets full of water. We had all sorts of entertaining things where all of a sudden we set up for a shot, get ready to shoot, and all of a sudden it's like, where's the microphone? And we pulled the cord, and it had fallen off into the water, and nobody had seen it. And since the water is completely brown with the silt that's kicked up from your moving through it, you just never saw it.
We damaged an amazing amount of equipment making the film. We had to write special software. We had to come up with special camera rigs. The goal was to be able to allow our viewers to feel like they're there, to feel like they've joined us on this caving experience. It should produce the sensation of actually being underground with us.
The prospect of actually being in a cave and shooting something that people are going to be able to see from 360 degrees while wearing this headset, that they're going to actually feel like they're in the cave with us. That was so unique. I've never seen anything like that before, and it blows my mind.
They're in it. They're in the cave. They're a character, you know, if they want to be.
It's not enough to simply take a camera, drop it into an environment and capture reality. We want to do more than that. We want to capture our dreams. We want to capture our nightmares. And sometimes that requires Frankensteining images and places together from many locations in order to produce the effect that we're looking for.